Hi everyone, I'm back with another little rant about the waves of media coverage claiming that the Jack the Ripper case has been solved through DNA. I wanted to go a bit deeper into it. If you're watching this, you've probably seen headlines like, Jack the Ripper's victim's descendant demands an inquest. So many of you have got in touch about it that I thought I wanted to just go through it. The so-called DNA evidence in this case that has been thoroughly debunked by scientists. For example, Dr. Harry Luhelainen and his team conducted a genetic analysis on this shawl that's purportedly linked to Catherine Eddowes, the woman who was killed by Jack the Ripper in 1888. However, their findings have faced significant criticism, and as reported by Science, critics are skeptical of the claims made by the researchers. Dr. Kim Rosmo, a researcher at Texas State University, has pointed out several issues with the DNA analysis. He notes that the stains on the shawl are identified as blood from the victim and semen from the killer, although neither claim is scientifically established by the researchers. Additionally, the provenance of the shawl itself is highly questionable. The garment is not referenced in any investigation reports from the era, and its history prior to being acquired by Russell Edwards in 2007 is murky at best. As Smithsonian Magazine highlights, the shawl's provenance is uncertain, and furthermore, the DNA analysis itself has been criticised for potential contamination. Archaeological geneticists have stated that the forensic techniques utilised in reaching this conclusion are neither new nor scientifically accurate. Mitochondrial DNA expert Peter Gill has also stated that the shawl is of dubious origin and has been handled by several people who could have shared that mitochondrial DNA profile. Now, about the request to reopen the inquest, Catherine Eddowes likely has hundreds of living descendants, so maybe if we're going to reopen a 150-year-old case with no solid new evidence, maybe we should put it to a vote. Let the Council of Catherines decide. And then there's the suspect, once again behind the imploring shots of a newly discovered descendant holding up an old photograph. We see the familiar name of Russell Edwards appearing in much of the coverage, as was the case with the last wave that I did my previous video on, along with his preferred suspect, a Polish Jew called Kosminski. If you look at some of the illustrated newspapers from the time, like this one, you'll see grotesque xenophobic caricatures of this alleged foreign Jewish suspect. The idea of Aaron Kosminski as the Ripper has always relied on these same stereotypes, and the historical reality doesn't support it. Was a recent refugee who stood out in segregated East London really would have been able to move around unnoticed in the kind of environments the Ripper needed to operate in unnoticed? It just doesn't add up to me. And what about the DNA? Well, the so-called breakthrough DNA evidence has been around for years, and not just for Kosminski. It's been used to prove a whole smorgasbord of different Ripper suspects in various sensationalist documentaries. In reality, the sample was contaminated and has no verified link to the crime scene. Yet somehow this story keeps getting revived, and Edwards has been a key figure in keeping it alive. And let's focus on real research. There are actual experts in this field who conduct serious research without relying on shaky forensic claims. Ripperologists, if you like Martin Fido, spent a lot of time and energy investigating Kosminski in this theory. If media coverage focused a bit more on primary sources and historical context, then the Ripper case would be far more interesting. Some of the articles do mention the criticism, partly another case of headlines and clickbait. I wanted to just go through it. So that's my little rant over for now. Thank you very much for listening.